Secretary, Department, 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 Secretary, Department, 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 thank Secretary, 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 Department, Secretary.
Thank Secretary. Thank Secretary.
Thank Secretary, Department.
Thank Department. Secretary, Department, 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 Department.
Secretary,
Secretary, Secretary,
Secretary,
Department.
Thank Secretary, Department.
Thank Secretary.
Thank Secretary, Department, Department.
Secretary,
Thank Secretary, Department, and Secretary. It's not a. Thank Department and Department.
Secretary, Secretary.
Thank
Secretary, Secretary,
Secretary.
Thank Department.
Thank Secretary, Department, thank Department, and empower
The Department.
thank the Department.
Secretary, Department, Secretary.
Thank Secretary.
Thank Secretary, Department. Thank
Department.
Thank Department, Department.
Thank Department.
Thank
Thank Secretary, Department. Thank
Secretary, Secretary, Secretary.
Secretary.
Thank
Secretary,
Secretary.
Thank Secretary Department. Thank Secretary Department.
Thank Secretary, Secretary.
Department.
Thank Department.
Secretary.
Department.
Thank
Secretary.
Secretary.
Department.
Thank Secretary. Thank Secretary.
Thank Department.
Secretary,
Thank
Secretary, thank Secretary, Department. We'll have thank
Secretary.